In this video, I'm going to show you a few ways how to reuse old, holey, dirty socks. I'll show you a few easy ways, and I'll show you a few more unique or creative ways. Please enjoy. People are always asking me, why do you have so many holes in your socks? It's usually just my mom. But the answer is, I don't want to throw them away. I want to keep using them, right? Socks cost money, and if they still work, I don't have to spend that money. 3, 5, 10 years of service, many of my socks have passed on. And no matter how many times I sew them up, the holes usually come back, you know? They can't last forever. So the question is, what to do with old, used socks? They can be pretty nasty. But I think there's a way that we can use them without needing to throw them away. Now that I've got my pile of socks in order, let's go over a few things you might be wondering. Aren't they nasty? I mean, yeah, but all clothing can be sterilized. According to the internet, you can either dry them at a high heat for at least 28 minutes, or if you really want to make sure, you can boil them in a big pot of water for 10 to 30 minutes. And doing either of those will ensure that you are scot-free of any weird things that could be in socks. The thing that makes socks and underwear different than the rest of clothes like this and shorts and pants and whatever is that people aren't usually willing to use somebody else's socks and underwear for obvious reasons, and that's understandable. So since we can't bring them to a thrift store or pass them on or give them to somebody else or reuse them in any conventional way, I feel like they give us a unique opportunity to use our brains and come up with some creative solutions and useful uses. Let us begin. The obvious choice with any sort of used or scrap fabric is to use it as a rag, like a washable paper towel to clean up anything. So for example, whoa! That was actually better than I thought it was gonna do. You could use them in your kitchen. I don't know if a lot of people would like to do that, but I would do it. I don't really care about stuff like that. You could use them disposably. Say you have something really gross, like you spill some oil on the floor in your garage. If you got extra rags laying around, you might as well use them instead of paper towels, right? Right. Although, I think there's a better use for these because these are washable, unlike paper towels, and you could use this in a reusable manner. You can also cut them up into nice little squares, maybe sew 2 or 3 together on top of each other, make a nice little like square napkin shape sort of thing, if you want to use it as a rag. Another thing you could use them for is stuffing in your car seats. So check this out. My seat's got this huge hole in it. Even with the cover on, it's still degrading. What I actually did on my previous car, I used old socks like this and I stuffed them into the hole. And then I sewed up the hole to try to make it more supportive, kind of restore the degrading foam. So any sort of stuffing application it could be used for sure. Because any sort of stuffing, what is that anyways? It's just polyester usually. But I think a better use of our old socks here will take a little bit of elbow grease. I'm not talking about sewing holes. Anyone who knows anything about mending socks probably knows that you can only really sew it once or twice before you sew it up and then a hole forms right next to it. At that point, it becomes a lost cause. So if you don't want to use them as rags or paper towel replacements, we're gonna try something that I haven't seen before. Just for the record, we are being powered by our battery bank that we charge with the sun. Remember to ask your friends and family for old socks because I just doubled my supply, tripled my supply maybe. They're not gonna do anything with them. Isn't that right? For some reason, everybody's holding on to old socks. A blessing and a curse. First connection. Get somewhere. So this first one, I didn't really have any plan. I just started sewing the socks together, and then eventually I was like, fold it in half, throw a sock on the side, give it a little bit of depth. But now I was trying to figure out how to do the handles. And so I came up with this technique where I fold the sock in half, sew it long ways around the edge. That gets me a sturdier little section. Then I can sew those together to make like a sort of a hand-sized piece of sock. Well, here we are. I think this is done. Not bad for a first try, I think. Go like this and go. On the inside, I kept these socks, so there's little pockets. Secret pocket. Sock bag. Kinda cool. Book bag. Go to the library bag. Yeah, what do you think? Would you use one of these? If you want one, let me know. I can make you one. Okay, so that's the first one. I think I'm gonna give it another try. I've got a plan for the next one. Check that out, it's like a cube. This is pretty sturdy. It's got a good base. Reversible. I think reversible is pretty cool. Just gotta add some handles and I think we're done. Okay, and here's the second bag. Here are the handles. You're off to work, off to whatever. So that's the second one. This one is a little bit more square and it's reversible. Kind of cool, right? Yeah? So yeah, I wanted to make this just to show what possibilities are possible with using this sort of fabric. What would be considered garbage or waste doesn't have to be. And of course there are many other ways you can reuse old socks. Through sewing, like coasters, a floor mat would be really nice, like a rug, because it's a heavy duty material and it's already used to getting stepped on. A scarf, if you're into that sort of thing. The second bag worked pretty good as a hat for me. It was a little big, but a hat would low-key be really good. It would be cool to make a backpack out of socks. Using the sewing machine, I know everybody doesn't have access to one, but they're not expensive. You can get one used in your neighborhood probably for like 50 bucks. I promise it's not as complicated as you might think if you've never learned. Along with showing the possibilities, hopefully that can encourage other people like you to use these fabrics in a useful way before throwing them out, because one person's individual scale, it's not making that big of a difference in the terms of like how much stuff gets thrown away. But if it became a common practice where we reuse materials that we would normally throw away, I think it would actually be pretty meaningful. Hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.